Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles?
Here.
Trustee Brown? Here. Trustee Burgess? Trustee Young?
Yes. Or here.
Supervisor Detmer?
I'm here.
Clerk Sue?
And Trustee Burgess is possibly coming. She had to work in Hyde Park today, so she wasn't certain she was going to get back in time or whatever. So, all right, let's stand and do the pledge to the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. For some reason, we have roll call on here twice, but we're only going to do it once. All right, let's go into the minutes, look at the budget hearing minutes, to review and approve. Anybody see any corrections needed on the budget hearing from last week?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, okay? Is there a motion to approve? Budget hearing, just that first page, so I guess I don't have anything on that.
No.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the budget hearing?
So moved.
Moved. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Young?
Yes.
Supervisor Detmer?
Yes. Okay, then we have the draft minutes of the regular scheduled meeting of April 17th. I did see a couple things. Under the attorney's report, the attorney Snoodle will send a follow-up letter. I think it was have sent, because we already have that letter. He has sent a follow-up letter to the post office. That was just being.
And they're right there in the same section of permit report, just grammar error or, should be a period there, that sentence right there.
Which, after the peak week,
Yeah,
right.
Where?
The very end of
At the
that,
end.
Oh, sure.
yeah, and there's 4 or 5 words to the left, that comma, see that comma?
Oh, right, there's a
Between
space.
located and clean, yeah, just put that comma right after the D, just kind of a space there.
yeah, take out the space. And let's see, anything else down
Page 4 of 6.
there? 4, okay.
In the top, that first paragraph. It says the board approved general town fund budget line item transfer period March 21st, 2014 to March 31st, 2014 of $2,312.80 from contingencies 5185 to unemployment tax 5015.
You mean, we should say 4, right?
Is that,
But I think
what's the correction?
what the correction needs to show that from 299.51 all the way through the end was a total of 2312, right? So it's just the wording in there needs to be clarified to reflect that everything from 299.51 includes the total of 2312.80, right?
All from, okay. From 2012, 80 from contingencies, 5195 to unemployment tax. Well, then he's spelling it out, but he's taking from each one.
Yeah, but it needs to be clarified, which includes, it includes 299.51, 76.92.
From contingencies,
Yeah. See, what he's saying is that the total of 2312.80
okay.
was transferred. That 2312.80 includes 299.
You wanted to say that after 5195, say to include the following?
It included the following.
To include the following.
Well,
Or maybe go.
let me just explain why I did it that way. Because you're going from
Right.
to, and each one of those or?
Right.
Right, I understood what you were saying, but just for
Okay.
clarity purposes, it needs to say that that 23-12-80 includes everything from 299.51 down to 18.
And do you want that in every section, because it's the same thing?
Yeah, it's basic.
Yeah, so.
It's kind of cumbersome, and I just try to,
Right.
normally it's.
Well, I think it's clear, it's clear in the other paragraphs. I didn't see that in the other
No,
paragraphs. I just saw
it's the
that here.
same as that, from contingencies to unemployment. Of course, you know why, because there's nothing on the second one, because there was only one transfer.
Okay.
And
look
then
at
the third one is professional fees and telephone.
I think it was clear in the other two, it was just
Okay.
this one.
All right, well, we can make the change.
So what do you want me to say?
What I'm suggesting is that,
Okay.
let's take a look at the second sentence, from March 21st, 2014, to March 31st, 2014, of $2,312.80 from contingency, 5195, to unemployment tax, 5015, period. It includes everything else after that. The 299.51, 76.92, 56.87, 18.79.50. In other words, you're clarifying for them that all those expenses includes is the total of 23.12.80.
So just say after the two, say include the following.
Which
and then a
includes the
colon, and then list the rest.
Yeah.
That should do it. Anything else, anybody see?
Just, again, it's like maybe 4 or 5 spaces on that whole page, 4 or 6. I mean, you can go through it, probably, nothing big.
I mean, where the parentheses is up above,
Yeah.
period, before period, there's a space. that you
Yeah,
can
there's a
put down.
couple, I'm not gonna just.
And again, on
It's
the
about
down
4 or
below,
5.
right?
Just kind of look
It's
at
just
it.
that same place, it's just that there's a space between the parentheses before the period of. All right, is there a motion to approve the minutes with the changes made?
So move.
Moved by Maurice, seconded by Terry. And when you get that straight, Bobby, then roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Young?
Yes.
Supervisor Everett?
Yes. Okay, any public comments? None? Go on to supervisor's report, the general assistance report. There were 10 intakes, 5 applications, 0 flat grants, 0 paid, 19 received pantry, 0 denied, 2 pending. Total on general assistance is 8, which is up again. It was 5, and then it went to 7, now it's up to 8. Spent a total of $1,820 on general assistance. Emergency assistance, $666.67. And that's a total of both GA and EA of $2,486.67. Senior committee update. The next senior event is the Salute to the Flag Lunch, which is going to be held on Friday, June 13th, the day before Flag Day, on June 14th, right here at the Monee Township offices.
Do you have the time?
They usually start at 11. They start for seniors 65 and over within the township, get free lunches and entertainment. Okay. I went this last Friday to the attorney's township meeting, township and officials last Friday down in Bloomington, and it rained like heck all the way down there. I'm surprised I even made it, but it was an awful drive. But it was interesting, and learned a couple things, but and some of the things were just for attorneys, and some of them I just got really bored with. So, but that was, that was when I think it was the lady that went on and on and on. I think it was in the afternoon. She's from some a group that kind of watches the ethics of the lawyers, basically, and she just, oh my heavens, was she boring. Oh my goodness.
You're on TV now.
I know what she was, really. I'm sorry, but she was. But the rest of it was very interesting and did learn a lot. So that it's always interesting when other people ask questions, because I think you learn more when other people ask questions to get the answers from the professionals and the attorneys, because that's where you learn a lot. Okay, clerk's report.
On May 2nd, filed the budget and appropriation ordinance with the county clerk. And based on feedback, information from the individuals in the county clerk's office, everyone met the deadline for the economic safety.
Yay, everybody, good job.
Those are all the two items.
Okay. Highway Commissioner David.
Well, this past month, I guess, we've been doing some, I bought a shoulder disc, or a gravel reclaimer, you call it. You go outside, it goes, take it down the road, and it reaches out, and this tears up a little section of road. Not a road, but the shoulder. And if you notice down the country road, some places you got like stop shops. Well, that'll go away, because we're gonna do it again this fall, and then we're gonna be doing this every year from now on. So eventually we'll have, it'll be clear there, and it'll be more gravelly looking than stop. The main object is to keep that dirt up to the side of the road, to stop erosion and also stop people from falling off. We've also got plans to put a culvert in on the Shell Court. It should have been in by now, but the weather hasn't agreed with us, so.
Is that Michelle or Melissa?
Huh?
Melissa Court?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it. White Street.
Yeah, that's right. See?
You don't want new influence, right?
No, not at all.
So we got to replace those 3 culverts with those 2 oval,
Okay.
1 oval cement culvert. That should last for the rest of life, once that gets in there.
Well, who's the guy? I think it was.
M&J,
That was MJ?
M&J, they're going to do good work.
They was out there, what's with the painting on the street there?
That's 1 line's for Nicor, natural gas, thank God they found that. And the other one's for Comcast.
Wow, okay.
Where ComEd comes in, I don't know where that comes in.
I'll tell you for $100.
We've also been doing work on the potholes. And I'm working on road bids. I'm going to have to put something together here pretty soon. I'm going to meet with him again tomorrow. Look at a few more roads. Also, I had to order, if I was going to do something about a truck, I had to order it by the 15th. Because that's when the state bid expired on it. So I ordered a new truck for a new 2-ton truck, bigger truck. It's going to have 2 snowplows on it.
So this was bid by the state?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, state bid.
So we're legal?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, all state bid, yeah.
good.
And it's going to have a 12-foot plow in one wing. It's going to have a 12-foot plow in the front, like we all of them do.
That's fine.
And it's going to have a 10-foot plow that reaches out.
Really?
And we can push the snow back farther. It's going to be like a hydraulic wing.
Wow.
It's going to come out. And we'll keep the snow back. Maybe we can cut the snow back farther so we don't have to plow so often.
It's a new truck then?
Yeah, New International, New Navistar. Box bed, the bed, the ice, the salt spreader, everything's new.
A straight out purchase or run?
It'll be straight out purchase.
We've got money in this, in the.
Yeah. I want to trade one in. You know, but just for, the price of the truck's $140,985. I'll trade the other one in for, I think, $22,500. So, you know, they do depreciate. And you can try to keep up with it the best you can. Yeah, so that should be a pretty good deal.
The reason I was asking about the bids is because one of the things I learned at this attorney's conference was that whether it was, and I didn't know when he said he was buying a truck, if it was a new truck or a used truck, but if it was used, you didn't really need to go for bid. But if it's new, even if it was a lease to buy, and if it's as long as it was over 20,000, you would have to go out for bid, because in the end you'd be buying it, even though it was a lease to buy. So I'm glad to hear that the state had bid it out.
Oh, yeah.
Because you
That-
can't, you
that's
can't
on the way.
work with that, it's like working intergovernmental.
Yeah, they're online, they get the trucks online, so.
So how soon do you know?
The
How
trucks,
soon do you know then?
the trucks should come in 2 months.
2 months?
And it's gonna take another 2 months to get the body work. The body guy's got 14 ahead of him. 14 new trucks they sold, we're just a little body guy doing business with Don K&K. So,
So when you traded in, you traded it into who?
uh,
Old truck.
the old truck is traded in, the body guy, the guy that's doing the body work is gonna take it.
Okay.
BSI, Bourbon Supply. He's taking the trade, paying for the trade, and then, he puts all the body work on.
What year is that?
I think that's an 05.
And
Oh, four.
what's the tonnage? Was that a?
That's a 2-ton.
Oh, 2 tons.
Oh, yeah, this is not a tandem truck, this is a single axle.
Single axle.
Yeah. My tandem trucks are too big, I can't get around. Too many places we can't get around on the side. So. And we don't need them, we don't haul that much.
With the new, how you use the new shovel system on there, you don't have to go through no training for it to operate it?
No. No, that's the newer ones. They got them now, they're equipped with GPS. You've also got sensors on them that determines the heat of the road and throws a salt spreader in on it anyway. And the road is so cold, but I'd stay away from this stuff for now.
This is a 214 or 215?
50.
He's really happy. As he is.
Yeah, I won't be running that, one of the other guys are gonna be running that one, so.
If David has some money, if we need them all, go to David.
Not anymore now.
Oh, That's right.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing new for years. Okay, thanks, David.
Yeah.
Years of goodness.
And that's it? Anything else?
Not that, no.
All right. Assessor's report, the assessor is not here. Move on to the attorney's report.
Nothing to report. I got a little bit to report about the old business town center location. I guess I can hold off till.
Okay, we'll wait till we get down there. And Mr. Snoogle was at the attorney meeting too, so we were,
It's usually a pretty, that's usually a pretty meeting. And you're right, some of the stuff is boring.
I was just going to ask that question, was it boring to you?
I didn't stay for the afternoon.
Oh.
So I missed.
he missed the board. And the other problem, it was right after lunch too, you know, when you're kind of tired anyway, you know. But
That person
that's,
should have went up first.
yeah, she just droned.
But those
It was-
meetings are good to keep up with the latest info.
Yeah, it's always good.
They have a really good section when the fellow from TOI comes and reports about pending legislation, and
Yeah.
things that are in the works in Springfield. It's usually pretty
Very
interesting.
good information.
Yeah, always good.
Yes.
No, it's coming.
Okay, let's move into new business. First one is your Maggie, which is the catastrophic assistance for GA. Normally, we do this like a month ago, but I wanted to attend, Will and I attended a local GA meeting where Debbie Berkowitz, the TOI GA person, came, because we've been asking about, is catastrophic insurance necessary now that we've got the Health Care Act? And the bottom line is, yes, it is necessary. There's too many gaps in the system where people either haven't got yet on Medicare, there's too many things that can happen that can leave us liable. So if somebody would have a heart attack in that 3-week period or 4-week period, we're responsible. And so we need the catastrophic insurance. And even though it's a $25,000 deductible, for us, it's worthwhile. And of course, this comes out of the GA fund, so, but anyway, I'd like to vote on this for a total of $2,015. It's the invoice total.
Want the motion on the floor before, I just have a question, so
Yeah.
I'll wait after the motion.
Well, as a motion we made, then we have discussion. So is there a motion to,
So-
okay, moved by James, second?
Second.
Second by Maurice. Okay, questions?
Well, just could you explain a little like the deductible you were saying, 25, how does that?
This is really catastrophic insurance. Yeah, it has to be something major. The state of Illinois says that we are the person responsible as a last resort for if our GA, somebody's on our GA rolls and they have a medical problem, say they would have a heart attack, and some of those bills can run 200 to who knows, thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're responsible. And what would happen is that if that would happen, then we'd have to pay the first $25,000, and then the rest would be covered by this. So,
Does it have to be very frequent?
no, fortunately, we have not had any catastrophic thing, but, that's why we keep the insurance just in case. And so there were two people there at the meeting, and they basically were pretty adamant, and they, kind of covered the Healthcare Act a little bit, and said that yes, even though that the Healthcare Act, if there are any co-pays, we still are responsible for, if a GA patient's on there, and if they bring their co-pays, we're responsible for their co-pays. Also, if for some reason, now most of our clients have no income, so they probably wouldn't have any insurance premiums, but if they did, then we'd be responsible for paying the insurance premiums too. But this catastrophic is something you just keep because there's just too many loopholes in all the systems that we don't ever want to be caught with, where we might have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. So.
Okay. I guess my question is, and maybe Joe can answer this, it's a matter of ethics here. It says that this particular company is endorsed by our township officials of Illinois. Are they the only one that can provide us this service, or?
They pretty much are. I
Really?
can tell you that right now, that it's basically former township officials that kind of got together and went into this type of insurance program, and I don't think there's much else out there from
This is
what
the
I've
one who's been
understood.
approving every year.
Right.
I know, they could
Right.
be, but I'm like,
I don't think there's a lot of
oh,
alternatives, right,
I'm like this guy, okay, so.
right.
I tried to look up other companies, I couldn't find any.
No, I don't think you're gonna find any.
So,
And it has to be ethical. We've been doing it for years, and the township officials tell us to, that it's okay to do it, so.
just, Joe, I guess in your spiel, how could the township officials of Illinois endorse a particular company? What's the program?
Well, yeah, well, actually, I'm not sure what they mean by
By
endorse. I mean, I don't know that I saw anything where, I mean, do they really mean endorse, or do they mean that it qualifies, as a satisfactory company? I guess I really don't know what they mean by endorse. I don't know that I really see it as being a conflict. I mean, actually, TOI is, they probably make a lot of recommendations that townships use.
Mm-hmm.
That's their job, actually,
Okay. Okay.
to give guidance
Okay.
to townships. So I don't know that I would find it as being a.
And basically, Debbie Burke, who is, is in the township officials, GA, she's the one that gives advice and comes to all the conferences for GA and, tells us how we should be operating with it.
Mhm.
She endorses this herself. So, so I'm sure it's a TOI endorsed.
Okay. It just kind of a flag just kind of went up on me after I looked at it again.
Yeah, well, that's why, as I said, first I
Is this a
wanted
single
to.
source? Is this?
Yeah, it's basically it. That's why I wanted to talk to them to see if it was even necessary anymore, but we said yes. They said, be on the safe side, do not let it drop, so.
Now, since you have been supervisor over the many years,
Yes.
we have never actually used their services or this type of
Fortunately,
service.
not.
It's probably a good thing.
Right. I'd rather pay the $2,000 out and be safe than never be sorry, so.
In
that's-
I think they use that phrase too.
Yes.
Better
In
safe
5
than
years,
sorry.
we might see
Yeah.
them use it.
Okay, no, I don't think so.
No,
Yeah. it says-
fortunately-
Remember that it's better to be
What
safe
about-
than sorry.
what about-
But see, that's where you see with a lot of those claims that we are paying out, which helps with that Will Grundy, when we send people over to Will Grundy.
Right.
They themselves have saved us thousands of dollars by doing medical procedures that they are doing free to our clients. And so we don't even see those bills. And some of those are well over $25,000. So we're fortunate that we do have a place in Will County that we can send our clientele to.
Where is that?
Pardon me?
Where is it?
The Will Grundy's Medical
Medical Center.
Medical Center in Joliet. And that's basically, we tell our GA clients when they sign up, I mean, there's so many forms that we have to give them, and one of them is that, you know, you must sign up for the health care, and the other one is that, you know, you must, you know, if you need medical, you need to go to Will Grundy, because we specify where they have to go, which we can, since we'd be the one that would end up paying bills if, for something, you know, so they can't just go to, and they might want to go to their own doctor, but we say, no, your own doctor's going to charge a heck of a lot more than what Will Grundy is, and so, you know, you will go to our doctor if you want us to pay the bills. And that's basically what we do. Okay, there's motion and a second, so is there discussion? And roll call vote.
Trustee Bowles,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Young,
Yes.
Supervisor Dell.
Yes. Next one is the Mavericks football team and cheer. You had looking for a social service agreement. They did not ask for a particular amount of money. Now, they had to come to us for years. Last year, they came to us after not coming to us for, well, we couldn't find the last record on it. So last year, we gave them $750. But that was just,
They matched it, so they got $1,500.
yeah. But that's last year. And I'm recommending that we give them actually $500, which is, or $550, which is what we agreed to pay the Baseball Association. And because we were just trying to help them out since we hadn't given them, you know, normally you give groups like this, you know, unless they haven't come to us for a while. And so we don't really give about $500, $550. But now they have us one that's a repeat sponsor. But, and so I guess the rest would be a donation. Because they've got a food sponsor, which we don't know, concession stand sponsor. So last year, we must have done the concession stand sponsor and the first year sponsor, which made it to $750. This year, a repeat sponsor for $200. And then we could use another $350 as a donation if we wanted to match what we are giving to the Monee baseball.
Of course, we don't do donations.
We give social
do
service agreements. Thank you very much.
That's why you're our attorney.
That's right, if my wording is wrong. Our social service agreement. So anyway, is there a motion to help the Mavericks out? And they did supply us with everything we asked, which was their budget, their letter of, that they are 401c3. And so they were, you know, very good about getting that done.
I will not match that donation until it becomes personal. So
Okay.
for $500, I think that's
All right, so
a
you make-
motion that we, is the word donate?
Social service, do a social service agreement.
Agreement. Social service agreement in the amount of $500 to the Maverick football
Okay.
and cheer organization.
Second by Gary. Any further discussion? All right, no further discussion, seeing none, let us do a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles, trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Young,
Yes.
Supervisor Dell.
Yes.
You know, just going back real quick on that, Terry had asked me the question in the Maverick football and cheer in their letter here, about the third paragraph. So it says, due to budget cuts in our district, we are facing a tragic loss of physical education in some of our schools. And Terry asked me the question, is that still true? And I said, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's move on to, this is just an information item. This is something that we normally go to as a board, and it's the TOI 2014 Education Conference. It's held in Lyle. It's on June 20th, which is a Friday. And cost is $50 per person. So, but that's the one we've been going to the last few years. Are people still interested in going?
Is this the agenda that's on the back?
Yeah, the agenda's, well, yeah, they're telling you who's gonna be there, right. It starts actually at 8, exactly.
What day is that?
Friday, June 20th. And it starts at 8 in the morning, so which means that we probably have to leave about 6:30, so we're there in time for their continental breakfast.
Lunch, you're on your own, right?
No, lunch is part, that's part of your $50.
It's a very good conference.
They are good conferences.
Yeah, it
and it's
is.
where you
And I
learn.
just-
There they're going to talk about several things, but one is,
9 to 10 and 10, 15, 11, 15 is where it
right,
sounds most interesting.
right, the attorneys on,
And it's Bobby's turn to drive, I understand, right?
That's right, it is.
is it Bobby's in the drive?
No, I go last.
I know, the last time, meaning the first time.
All right, so how
It's
many,
back around.
It's back around. How quickly forget.
I'm not really sure if I'll be able to. I think maybe the other person will be back, so it's a possibility that I will.
okay, so we think Bobby, you think, and Terry, and Maurice, you can try?
I'm gonna try it, yes.
And I will too.
Yeah.
And you will. So at least 5 of us, I'm not certain about Debbie, she usually cannot. Does somebody have a car for 5 people? That we can, have room?
We can use
David has that new truck.
Might be a little rough.
Let's take off the shovel.
I'll sit on one of the shovels.
You gotta try to draw straws for the passenger seat.
Okay.
That's gonna be up in the dump truck.
On the dump truck? No.
I'll even put the snowplow on for you.
David, are you interested in going to?
Well, you know, I hate to, this time, I got one I usually go to in the summer,
Okay,
it's gonna be down in spring.
oh, okay, all right. We probably could fit 5 of us, I mean, we could fit 5.
But yeah, we can't, but Terry's not gonna drive.
Terry's small.
Speed racer.
All right, then why don't we make a reservation for 5 people, but send Debbie a note and see if she was interested in going also, and then we can make a reservation for the rest of us. And, okay, good, June 20th. That's after our next meeting, so we can talk about more things then. All right, now we have the Torma Insurance. This is for Road and Bridge and Town. It's a total of $25,360. And what's nice about the Torma insurance is the fact that come the end of the year, they give us dividends back. So out of that 25,300, we probably spend the dividend about 22,000. So it's better than most companies that never give us dividends.
Have we ever filed a claim with that?
Oh, many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, when he was here meeting with David and I, he was showing us the list of claims that had been filed over the years. And I was asking questions, and some I couldn't even remember. But, yeah, I mean, some have been working comp claims. For highway control, there was also an assessor issue years ago with David James was an assessor, and Chester had fallen at work and something. So, yeah, no, we have used it a
What
lot.
was that, you said that it was a rebate or something?
Yeah, the one who got last week, March maybe. Maybe you weren't here at the meeting. But Torma, we got about 3,000, 3,500 back. Part of it which goes to Road and Bridge, and, you know, we kind of split down the middle, even though David does pay more for insurance.
I missed it.
Yeah, so we do get back. So our total, you know, but when you figure, and I guess the dividend is based on how many claims that they have over the years. If they have, you know, all kinds of claims, we probably wouldn't get any. But if, you know, as normal, we've gotten some money back every year. So, all right, is there a motion to approve the Torma invoice for $25,360?
So moved.
Moving.
Second?
Second by Denise Brown. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles,
Yes.
Trustee Brown,
Yes.
Trustee Young,
Yes.
Supervisor Levitt.
Yes. Okay, the next item on the agenda is again a Township Officials of Illinois invoice for supervisor dues of $25, so that I can be a legal member.
Reject.
Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Member Reese Brown, second.
Second.
James Young, for $25 for the supervisor dues. Any further discussion? And let's have a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Bowles,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Young,
Yes.
supervisor Deborah.
Yes. Okay. Under old business, we'll go back to the cleaning of the bathroom at the town center location at the assessor's office.
After the last, or at the last meeting, we discussed making some arrangements to try to deal with the cleaning of the bathrooms at the town center. If you recall, we paid for cleaning one day a week, and there was still some difficulty seemingly getting the University Park to pitch in. So the thought was, well, let's see if we could try to get them to deal with Tuesday, to try to have
Clean Tuesday.
them clean Tuesday, and that would kind of spread out, kind of a joint project of getting some cleaning done. So after last meeting, I did call here at the University Park. I spoke with Sue, who is in Mr. Lanier's office. Yes. Who's probably getting tired of talking to me, and so I did bring it up to her about see if we could get some commitment to do that. A few weeks went by, I didn't hear anything, so I did call her again, actually right after the meeting that I went to the next day, and she said she would talk to the village manager, Mr. Lanier. Didn't hear from him until about, actually I called again as a last resort about 2.5 hours ago, actually, from my office. And I did get through to him, because everyone else was gone, actually, in the office. And
How late, huh?
he said, yeah, he did hear about that. And I explained to him what we're looking for, and he said that he felt that the University Park could pitch in and do that. Now, so that's what, the way it was set today.
It has to be voted on.
So I was going to,
No,
I'm going to send a confirming letter tomorrow, to confirm that we had the conversation, and so that's what he said.
good.
James?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing we've heard before, okay? I'm optimistic it can happen. It's just a matter of it being in.
So who exactly would they use? Do they have a
DPW,
person?
they will use DPW.
Public Works Department.
Department of Public Works.
Do they do work in that building already on a
Yes.
consistent basis?
Yes.
They come in and
They
put in
do?
toilet paper and stuff like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But I think they were coming, it sounded like they were coming more on a as-called basis.
Oh.
So somebody would call and say, we need somebody to come out.
And do a cleaning and whatever.
But what I asked him to commit to, and what I believe he did, is that Tuesday will be their day to do, to automatically come in, not whether they're called to do it, but that would be their day.
Automatically.
Now, is this a multi-purpose washroom? Door?
It's the washroom
Or
that
is it just-
Sanders' office uses that was maintained by Public Health.
But is it-
Well, and it's used by also the
female?
Will County Health
Oh,
Department, and
and
there
they
is
want
a male and a female bathroom.
There is.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're talking, 2 washrooms that
Right,
will
right.
need
No,
attention.
not 2 washrooms, 1.
No, isn't there two? Wasn't there a man and a woman, or is it just one?
It's
We'll
just
only
one,
know.
right?
I think it's just one of them.
Is it one? Okay, then I'm wrong.
It's just one. It's the same washroom we've been talking about for about a year.
Yeah, I just heard washrooms. I wasn't sure if it was male, female.
But see, the original problem came up is that Sandra's cleaner cleaned it once a week, and the Will County Health Department cleaned it once a week. Will County Health Department said, oh, we're cutting back expenses, so we're no longer going to clean it once a week. That should be done by University Park. So then they said no. So that's when we pulled our contract out, and our contract specifically says that we will help pay for, or we will clean the bathrooms or whatever, and that was part of it. So we were trying to get hold of Mr. Lanier originally to have them look at the contract for the Will County Health Department to see, can they get out of that? So should their contract say the same thing ours did, that they were responsible? And I don't think we ever got a clear answer on that.
No.
No, and so then it was like, last meeting that Sandra came to, she said, well, she didn't know anything about it, but anyway, when he contacted Mr. Lanier said, oh, well, I've discussed that with Sandra, and it's all taken care of. And Sandra's like, what?
It is.
No, she didn't know, so, I mean, that's where we were, why we went further. So now, you're gonna send a letter just to follow up to Mr. I'm wondering if we should also send with a copy to the Public Works Department, James. What is the man's name over there?
His name is Jerry Hunt, Jerry Hunt.
Jerry Hunt?
Yeah, he's the interim director of
I would-
Public Works.
Okay.
You know, here's-
Public Works. The reason I'm saying copy, because that way, Mr. Lanier has a copy, and the Public Works, who's supposed to be performing the service, will have a copy.
You know, here's my issue with this. I was not here last month, and I'm sure this was probably discussed last month as well.
Yes, it was, right.
I was here the previous month, and we talked about it. And when the conversation in our last meeting when I was there, when I was here talking about it, was that we were looking to perform some type of maintenance on a daily basis.
Well, then we started thinking about it, because for years, it's never been cleaned, but twice a week on a regular basis. The assessor's office is in there 4 days a week, but 2 of those days are only, 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day. And we said that someplace along the way, it has to be the responsibility of either University Park or the Public Health Department. And then,
I mean, isn't that an oxymoron, though? You're talking about the public health department, and you're talking about a washroom that's not being
somebody
maintained.
needs to talk to the
Really,
county
and
health
then you talk
department.
about a single washroom
If
right
you
now.
remember correctly, when the whole issue of this came up, we initially asked Sandra,
Right.
did she have enough? Was that contract that she had for maintenance enough? And she said yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was at that time the Board of Health was contributing also. Okay, so
Well,
they
she was
pulled out.
perfectly fine
Right.
Now-
2 days a week.
Now, if we can get Public Works and University Park to clean it, it might satisfy the need right now. But I also believe it's the responsibility of some of our workers as they use it.
But, I know this is, a very minute thing here, but, again, is it a public washroom, so to speak? Anyone come in to either one of those offices or just passing through can use that washroom. And
But
I
it
would
is,
imagine, there's not a urinator there specifically for males, I would imagine. And if there is, oh my goodness.
But they stay locked. They have to get a key.
Oh, they have to get a
Yeah,
key
they
for
have to
who?
get a
For
key.
either side?
right,
Okay,
yeah, it's not just anybody can walk in.
okay.
I've been to an office, but I haven't been inside.
I probably don't want to go in.
It's-
All right,
it's
so we talk
not
about 2
bad.
days a week
Yeah,
to have some type of
well, we clean it once
Contractual.
and they would clean it.
clean
And I
one.
think
And it's open 4 days.
So,
Is it 4 or 5?
Yeah, no, they open 4 days a week, right?
No, the health department, they open 5 days a week?
Yes, they are.
The health department goes
Five days.
But I would think that they clean it too. I mean,
Well,
they,
there's-
come on, you know what I mean? If you're using it, it's your responsibility.
Oh, really?
I mean, individual
Well,
workers
if
walking
we
in
can
there.
get it cleaned as it was before, when the
Yeah.
UP takes care of the cleaning for the health department, then that'll be what's been done for years, so.
Well, I got another solution. Close it down and go someplace else.
Clean
And that way you don't have our
cleans the
people.
washroom.
Unfortunately, our people
Paul?
have used.
Yeah,
How
close
often?
it down. Come on, if individual workers don't work.
Every day?
No, we,
They do it every day.
no, well, yeah,
We have a his and hers here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have any
And one in
problem?
the back too.
For years, we only had one bathroom here before they did a renovation here. I mean, that's unfortunately, that's the way those buildings were set up. I'm actually surprised it was only one, because I've been.
I know, it's just a pet peeve for me, a clean washroom, that's all.
Well, I agree, Maurice.
Well-
I agree, but what can you do? I mean,
And
you
the
have
other
to have,
thing is-
you have to have people's cooperation in order to make anything work,
I agree.
okay?
So, okay.
Okay, let's move on. There's really nothing on Wheelride. Haven't had a report. The next item is Monee Youth Baseball. I want to tell you that we agreed to a social service agreement with the Monee Youth Baseball Association for $550. We sent them our social service agreement letter like we do everybody, and we didn't hear anything. We sent, well, I know, but first we sent the first one and didn't hear anything. So then I had Willa call And she called, I don't know how many times there are two numbers. There's a president's number and another number.
Vice President.
Vice President. So we've left, probably at least 5 or more messages on each number. Didn't hear anything. Finally, I said, well, send another social service agreement in case they didn't get the first one to your post office box, and it's the only address we have. And that was sent. To this day, we still have not received anything back from them. I'm going to leave it there if they send something, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, the last messages I had to go send was, please call me, because we agreed that we were spending team sponsor. The renewal of the banner, which was about $200, and I think it was $350 for it to be a team sponsor, so that our name was on the back of their shirts, like it always has been. As far as I know, I believe they've started their program, and I don't know if they have ordered our shirts with our names or what's been done, because we can't get hold of anybody. So does anybody here know of anybody who's baseball?
We on the school board agreed to the field,
Yeah.
agreement with the field.
Right.
That was a couple months ago. So,
Yeah, well, I'm
They
saying, you
had
know,
their parade, they had the parade about 2 weeks ago. So.
yeah, and this was in March we did this, so we've been doing this, you know.
we do not have a phone number of anyone?
We've got 2 phone numbers
I
that we've been
used
leaving
the 2 numbers
messages.
I have.
Okay.
The only numbers I have is what was on what they sent. There were 2 numbers, and I had called both of those
You
numbers.
know,
And now we've sent 2 different agreements. They keep on, maybe the first one got lost in the mail, but they, you know, we kept saying, please call us if you don't have this, you know, please call us to let us know what's going
any
on.
email addresses?
There was no email, and I even looked to see if they had a website, but I couldn't see an email.
So anyway, right now, that's not been paid out, and if they come back and they don't have a team that we're sponsored, then we may pay for the banner, but then we're not gonna pay for a team that we're not sponsoring. if we
Yeah, I
don't have a
understand it.
t-shirt.
There was some dissensions there amongst the mayor, the village, and this organization, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was
They're practicing every day.
but who's in charge of it?
I don't know, and I don't see any banners up there, no
Yeah, I
banners
see
up
any
at all.
banners.
No, I looked at that on the way here, so, anyway, I just wanna let you know that as of now, we still have not been able to reach them. We don't know what's going on, we don't know if we're sponsoring a team, you know, we'll give them money if they can prove to me they've got team shirts with our names on it, and other than that, if they can at least get our banner, if that's a couple $100 we'll can pay out. I'm just telling you that I'm
But
not.
there's no banners out there, right?
There's no banners at all.
I don't think they put.
I just find it puzzling that
Very
the effort to reach them and nobody's at least returning the phone call.
Right, when they.
Or not even passing information on to whoever is in control.
Right.
Is it a voicemail with someone's name? Okay, let James lead the next message.
Email it to me. Email it to me.
It's just puzzling because, you know, usually when somebody asks for money, they're just really glad to get it, you know? And it's not like we have to make 1,000 telephone calls just to do this, but I just want to let you know that that's, you know, so if anybody ever knows anybody, sees anybody in the
I'll
youth
go out
baseball,
to them.
you know?
And we were not donating, we were having a
Social
social
service
service
agreement,
agreement.
which it says right there, see, social service agreement. Yeah, but of $550, so one was for the team and one was for the banner, so it was $350 to be a team sponsor, I believe. Okay, so moving along into our projects, youth committee.
I think this is our last week coming up for this session.
Last week?
I think it's been pretty active. We got use of the brand new basketball court. And I think it's just going pretty well.
How does that with the new flooring, the kids do a lot of watching kids?
Yeah, somewhat. They kind of, they pretty up on it, you know, so, you know, James be on them. They scared of James.
And people are moving on time, so you're not.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. They out there.
Even me. You can't be scared.
The population is increasing.
It is, it is.
Population is increasing.
James brought up,
females than ever, or is it mostly still?
Well, the females are few, but they're thick. You know, when they come.
And we haven't had
The majority of
volleyball
them are going to the
sessions.
swimming pool. We lost the lifeguard. But they're looking for someone else to replace them. And I'm pretty optimistic they're gonna have one, because, you know, those dorms are
Right.
gonna be operational by July. So it's gonna bring in a new clientele, and they're gonna be looking for part-time jobs on campus. So I'm optimistic they're probably gonna have some of that.
But that's one thing that James brought up last month, that we need to start thinking about, and need to be talking with the directors over there about, is the fact that they, you know, will be eventually, how is that going to change our contract, or will
Yeah.
it? And are we going to have the use of the facility available like we've had? You know, and we're
Yeah,
gonna have to have some restrictions that when we're there, they're not gonna be able to have their students in there because we don't have enough chaperones to cover, you know,
That's-
having their students and other people. It's
That's
gonna
what we
be
need
restricted to Monee Township.
Yeah, we need some conversations to
Yeah.
start for our own building.
Well, that's never gonna happen.
At least start the conversation.
That is not gonna happen, sorry.
Our rental can be reviewed as a private session, though.
Yeah. But as the leadership changed on that side of the fence as well, so over the next couple of weeks, I'll be talking with them and to see if we can pan out a new agreement and how that would look, because again, it's a new gym and everybody is trying to take that space, and you know, we have that 5 to 9 allocated on Sundays for the most part, but people will be looking to get that. So they just named, this was all on the news, they just named their new mascot.
The Jaguars.
Yeah, the Jaguars. Yeah, it was all on the news, it was newsworthy. So they're moving on up, but.
Have you guys ever had anything, I mean, the summer, like we talked at the last meeting we were at, encouraging the youth, which is like a one-time, some summer type of basketball, you know, a 3-point shootout or some way to draw in?
Well,
United Governor State.
well, you know, I was very, I don't want to say discouraged, but in our last newsletter, this is more of a personal thing for me, that I was looking to start a summer basketball camp or program for kids of some capacity. I didn't get one call, not one, and it was going to be free.
You don't want them to read it, put it in writing.
Oh my goodness.
We have problems with our newsletter getting out.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't get one, not one call. And I said, please call me, it'll be free.
I said, you know, I'm at home, so I can go recruit you at junior high.
Oh.
I mean, the schools are good.
Yeah, I think this is a little late right at this point, but next year we'll see.
Okay.
Yes,
School's still essential.
I'm tired.
You look tired.
I just wore out.
Okay.
But just come back, just real quick. And we did, we got a little tutoring going on, so it's very helpful to a young girl. We tutoring in math, and her mother and her teacher is very appreciative for the tutoring we're providing. So, but one thing I think David's daughter, Katrina, is looking to come on board in some capacity right in the fall. So I don't know how,
Did she get
what's
it?
going on?
She's teaching.
Oh,
She got a job now.
Did she get a grant? Did she get?
No, she had, no,
She had heard.
she got the job down at Peatone, she's teaching.
so she kicked us to the curb?
Yeah, she had.
Oh my goodness, I've been
Yeah.
boasting and
Yeah.
broadcasting and communicating
No,
to the world.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
she's bringing to the plate.
Yeah, she was talking about that, and I know she's, well, I think they're gonna hire her full-time now, so. She'll be,
Sounds doggone teaching.
teaching vocational agriculture down at
Oh.
Peatone.
Yeah, it's a real.
Okay.
Okay, the scratch.
Yeah.
All right.
I told her she should email, what's
This
that,
is-
you know.
This is our last Sunday. Can the youth department or youth program provide some money for some pizzas or something this Sunday?
Well, you've got money in your budget. That's
Okay.
how you want to use
So
it.
can we use $3,000 for
No,
something?
I don't know what.
Scratch, I mean $30.
I'm sure that we didn't have 50 bucks or more, but I mean, it depends, you know, you have money in your budget, and if you want to do a,
James and Will and I, and we'll talk about it.
yeah, you can do
Yeah,
it
come
year
to
round,
it.
so I'm sure
I
they'll
tell
be
you,
fine.
she's a
What
volunteer
time is it?
too.
I'll come, I'll fix it up.
So we'll talk about that, okay?
Okay.
Did any of those volunteers ever step up? None of them? They did do the background, they said they was interested,
Yeah,
but
we
they haven't
need to
stepped up
find
and do the
some,
background.
we need to find
The
some
only one that
volunteers.
did
Do we have
She
a-
did the background?
She did background check.
Okay.
She have like a little packet or
And
something,
Norma
like
said
a
she
note
wouldn't
and
do it
a
anymore.
background form that they fill out?
Yeah, she can go through Willem and send them to Trace Identity and Heights.
What happened to
And
Norma?
Norma said she can't help anymore.
Yeah, normal is, I think she's kind of afraid to come out after a certain time. Most seniors don't like going out
I
after 3 or 5 o'clock.
Driving.
Really driving?
With her, yeah, by
Oh,
driving.
wow, I really, she was very, we need to get her a card or something, because the time she was with us was very, very worthy.
So that's on
Yeah. Get her a card, okay, can we get a card for her?
Maybe tell her we'll miss her.
You get some of those kids assigned too Sunday. Get some of those kids assigned too Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we will be playing volleyball on the new floor for the first
I
time.
was gonna remind you about that.
Yeah.
Volleyball nets is up now.
Okay, going back to one legal issue, going back to the swimming pool, Joe, what's your thought? The lifeguard, or I don't want to say the lifeguard, Governor State just put a sign up on the desk that says swim at your own risk.
But there's supervision there. There's
Okay,
supervision.
but
there.
they're not
supervision
certified lifeguards, so what do you
There's
think?
no lifeguards on duty.
No.
So if you're like,
Yeah.
So on risk, no lifeguard on duty.
Yeah,
They
I
got-
don't like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Well, they got let me tell you some of the safety precautions that are there. There is supervision, okay? There's a rope that separates the deep end from the shallow end. All the players on the shallow end. The majority of the players that's in the water is like waist high, okay?
How deep is the pool?
For,
10 feet,
For-
19
9 feet.
feet.
For-
Yeah,
for
9
pool
feet.
volleyball, you mean, is that what it is?
No, it's just.
No, it's two different
Okay,
issues.
just.
A lot of the girls go in there, okay? The parents are present. The teenage boys are athletes at the high school. They just fool around, okay? They know that we want a lifeguard, okay? And they're searching for one. It was an abrupt stoppage of the regular lifeguard. So that's where we are.
Yeah, and I guess the supervisor that's overseeing this, he was a certified lifeguard. He could swim, but he lost his certification, or he never renewed his certification. So, but he put that sign out there and then, so I'm just letting you know, I'm not certified. I will be in there, but I'm not certified.
Yeah,
And they're swimming at their own risk.
I made that clear to him, that he will be in.
So I just, from a legal point of view,
Well,
We only have one session left, so.
yeah,
I know.
Well, I'm glad of that. Because, I mean, it would make you a pretty good target if something did happen.
if something did happen.
Yeah. Yeah, without, I mean, that's gonna be count one of their complaints that you didn't provide a service.
And we knew it.
Yeah, and you knew it.
So we should say no swim pool this next week?
Well, you know, you can give them a call this week and ask them to have.
Now, parents, do they come?
Yeah.
Then maybe, can we have something parents can sign off on and say that, you know,
Yeah, but
I,
they can't sign up for their kids, so if a kid drowns.
why can't they sign up for the kids if they're saying that they'll be there to watch them?
You'll need
and-
governor state to agree to that.
Is there some place where you can sort of
Because guess what,
a
when I
rental
worked there-
lifeguard? Is there any kind of a health club around? You get a rental lifeguard or something for the night?
You know, anybody
Maybe Red
certified?
Cross.
They have lifeguards there doing the normal business hour in number states, so let me talk to
Yeah,
them.
give them a call and see.
I'll
if they
talk
can-
and see if they
Somebody.
Check with the University Park Recreation Department because they have to have certified lifeguards for the pool in University Park. And so I'm sure they've got some hired that'll be starting in June. So possibly they'll have some names and you'll be able to maybe,
That's key.
Keely, check us and ask Keely if she's got a name or two that you can, possibly call and, they can, and make sure they're certified and then maybe hire them.
Miller, can you make that call tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm tied up in
If I see Tip tonight on my way home, because his mother lives across the street from me.
Okay.
He's over there,
Okay,
at Pratt every night.
okay,
So I can knock on the door and ask him.
okay.
Okay, but if for some reason you cannot get a certified instructor, then what are you going to do?
Yeah, what do you want to do for it?
Should we say?
I'm pretty
just-
optimistic we can have one, even if we have to have Dean go in there. Because, he won't leave that night. That's what he's been doing. That's what he's been doing. This is the
Jason.
last night.
Jason.
Jason, right, not Dean, Jason,
Mhm.
right. He corrected
You
me.
know,
I
James,
called him
when
Dean.
we were there with our students, they had us, parents had to sign a waiver, and it said, what that sign said, at your own risk. And so our upper down students, many of the parents didn't want to sign. They're like, what do you mean? They kind of,
So I would say if we cannot get a lifeguard, we probably should not allow swimming. It's just like when the
Well, see,
basketball floor wasn't completed,
And
you
see,
know?
that's the problem. They know that one is supposed to be there. The efforts to get one is, I think it's pretty honest. But because we've had a change in leadership at the top, you know, those issues have not, you know, developed into resolution.
so hopefully we can get one.
Yeah.
We can get one.
One for the night.
Yeah, for the night, so
Yeah.
what's the max that we are willing to pay? We want to put a dollar figure in there?
For what?
A dollar figure on paying a lifeguard for.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sunday.
fine.
I mean, do we want right now to put a dollar
Since
figure?
Sunday is coming up.
If, yeah, say we pay.
$25 an hour?
$25 an hour?
I mean, if, you know, they can tell us what they want, but let's
Yeah.
up
Just
to,
let it know.
Up to.
I would say start at 15.
yeah, let's just say up to 25,
Yeah, up to 25.
you know, and try to get it less.
So up to $100 for the night.
Well, you're only talking about from 5 to, no, we
5 to
shut
9.
down at 8:30. We shut the pool down
Yeah,
at
so
8:30.
but still you're talking
No,
three.
it shut down at 8:30, so you're only talking 5 to 8:30. That's
Yeah, we gotta do it within our
No, they got, you know, and they got to exit that building on
I
that.
know,
that
it's still there
8:45.
for that time.
All right, but so we're talking 3.5 to 4 hours.
3.5 hours.
So you're
See
talking
what
about
Keely
$75 maybe.
says.
Yeah, that's
and,
all, I mean, no more than 100.
We'll find out what
Max.
Keely says
Max.
and
Max.
try to get a lifeguard, and if not, though, there will be no swimming. Is that our?
American Red Cross might have a sense too, because they provide the certification for lifeguards.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Oh, a high school student could have had a certification over the high
Many
school.
of them could, that's what I'm saying, and
Yeah, let's
Keely
try to
may
make
know.
this happen, because I would hate to turn back these parents the last day.
Right, the last
They
day.
bring their kids, and sometimes they might bring 6, 7 kids, parents, they do.
Maurice, you could call Principal Dewey and ask him to purge that senior class. Tomorrow's their last day, so I'm pretty certain those kids are looking for summer jobs.
What do you think, I'm bored around, have a pool?
And I
You can email them, you can email them tonight. You can find them.
I have a student, she's a senior in college, she used to work at University Park Pool. She was
If she's still certified though, see, that's the problem with the guy that's there, he used to be certified, but he's no longer, so.
Well, Keely should have somebody, because they'll.
Keely, because they've got the pool coming open in June, usually June 1st.
June
so,
1st every year, yeah.
Okay, let's try to make it happen.
All right, we'll work
Understand,
through
Joe?
Keely and
I
see.
understand.
And then, once you get some names, would you make some calls to those people to see, and see if you can find one, and then let us know?
After the board meeting, I'll call him, I got his number.
And Joe, we will or myself will email you and CC.
But push
Yeah.
comes to shove, if for
Yeah.
some reason we cannot,
Yeah,
then we cannot allow some,
okay.
So you gonna make the motion for $100,
up to $100
up to $100?
for the
Yes.
night.
Yes, make a motion that we have to extend maximum $100 for a temporary lifeguard for this Sunday youth program from the hours of 5 o'clock to
8:30.
I'll say 5 to 9 as just say, just to make sure that we're not, cutting off anything in there, but we know we'll leave at 8:30.
And we do have the concealed weapon thing on the door.
Okay.
All right, okay, so motion's out there, we have a second.
And then moved and seconded, Terry a second, any further discussion?
Who said that?
Terry
Terry.
second.
Roll call vote, please.
Who made the motion?
I make the motion.
Trustee Brown? Trustee Bowles?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Young?
Yes.
Supervisor Dagner?
Yes, okay. All right. Anything going green?
Nothing going green. Looked like we had something that was put on our website.
Yeah,
as
we've
well.
got something, that says to the next step, you can connect to.
The link.
There's a link there?
Right, there's a link.
Okay. All right.
Okay, there is now the trustee audit of accounts. We just start to pass that down to you, James. It's for April 18th to May 15th. There's total town fund $47,215.30. General assistance is $2481.03. Road and Bridge, $30,864.68. Equipment Building, 0. The bridge, $1,240, for a total of $81,801.01. Is there a motion to approve the bills?
So moved.
Moved by James,
Second.
second by Maria. Any discussion?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a quick question. So does this figure here, should it match this figure?
No, because they're different. Probably a different period. What's the period of that at the top?
April 11th.
Yeah, see, and this is April 18th, so it's the difference in bills.
Good catch anyway.
Good question. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call vote.
Trustee Bowles,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Moore,
Yes.
supervisor Daniels.
Yes. Okay. Any board comments?
Yes, Don, I have one. Recently, I had a conversation with
James, could you hold on 1 second? Can we backtrack just a little bit? I'm sorry, I missed something here. Going back to the accounts.
Sure.
Sorry. On the general town funds, the receipts and disbursements, the unemployment tax, I think it was minus,
Oh, that's in on the assessor's budget,
okay.
minus $31. And did you ask her for, pardon me, what?
No, I didn't, forgot.
Okay, Willie needs to, Sandra should have seen this, but Willie, please send her a note tomorrow and ask her to please, for next meeting, we'll have to, bring that up to date. Just underestimated the amount of unemployment insurance, and unfortunately, unemployment insurance for the year starts to like January, and so it runs in, and so there's a certain amount that has to be paid, and then you pay up to, what was the percentage? $12,000 per person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
So we pay unemployment up to $12,000 per person, and Sandra apparently we didn't get that figure right in hers.
Okay,
So
and
she
also
has to transfer.
transfers under line item 5180, general insurance. We have a remainder of $555, and it looks as if we paid $49.45 this month. I'm trying to get a little clarity on that.
Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm not sure
Under-
where you're at.
Under where?
Under-
Page with dial line on
Yeah, dial line.
it.
It might be that $49.45 is the insurance for the year, and that remainder is going to be.
So that's a
the remainder.
one-time shot?
I'm pretty sure that's what
Okay.
it is, isn't that it?
Right, but she pays half the insurance, the
Uh-huh.
general insurance.
Mhm.
So it was only $4,945.
Right, so she'll have $555, so that if she ever needs
She
to
can carry
transfer
it
any,
over.
no,
Okay.
she doesn't
can
carry
carry it
anything
over.
over, but it can be transferred
Transfer.
as a line item if she needs it for something else. Like she could transfer that to her unemployment line
Okay.
if she needed to place
She can do
transfer
that.
from, right?
Okay, when I saw this one, I was, whoa, what's for the next month?
So what was the 49.45 for?
That's the
That's
general
her total
insurance.
insurance.
Torn-
Yearly insurance.
torn-
Right, yearly insurance, right, her
Okay.
part.
She pays half the town.
Okay, sorry if I missed it, I checked it off, but
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
good, good to have your questions.
okay, that's all.
All right,
Sorry, James.
now we're back to James under board.
Yeah, what I have to report is only a possible program. It would normally fall up under the youth committee, but I just recently found out about it, and I just want to announce it. And then I'll share it with you, Maurice, when we meet and talk with the youth committee. This is a program that Thornton Township had for many years, and they're no longer doing it. I spoke with this lady that's a retired probation officer. She retired from Cook County back in 2008. And she had been active in a program where Honda donated bikes.
Motorcycle?
Bicycles.
Well, not bicycles.
Okay.
These are motorbikes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're motorbikes. She gave me a website that I could take a look at. So the website is www.N as in November, Y as in Young, P as in Paul, U as in Union, M as in Mary.org.
N is in November, Y is in Yankee, P is in Papa, U is in Umbrella, M is in Michael. That's the correct phonetic alphabet.
Or
In
Mary.
military, yeah. Michael. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Military John. Okay. .org. Anyway, she gave me that website as a resource to use to take a look at the program. She suggested that this might be something that Monee Township want to take a look at because Thornton Township had used it for years. The target population is kids 10 to 15 years old. I was thinking that we could tie in the school district as possible resource, possible referral system, as an activity that Monee Township residents could take advantage of. So I'm in the research stage, I'm in the assessment stage, I'm in the information gathering stage before I try to organize it and package it up to be of interest to the youth committee before it comes to the board.
Now, you're talking motorbikes.
Yeah, Honda, she's got 15 brand new bikes from Honda that's been sitting up for a year. It has not been used.
Pulled up this National Youth Project using mini bikes.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking this is more than bicycles because there are waivers involved. The parents have to participate in this. Of course, the responsibility will not totally be on Monee Township. Okay, we'll probably, I need to take a look at the role that Thornton Township played in it. And when they had for many years, and how Monee Township can address it. I'm looking at it as an extension of what we're doing at Governor State. An extension, especially during the summer months, when Governor State we don't have Governor State open during the summer months, and how this program could fit our targeted population of kids 10 to 15 years old. When I asked about the 16 to 18-year-old, she said no, they were too old for this type of program. It originally started off as a behavior modification program, and the bikes was used as a tool to change behavior for some of these kids.
Can I read what it says here, what they do?
Yeah, go ahead.
The National Youth Project using mini bikes began in 1969 as an innovative way to engage youth and promote positive youth development. American Honda Motor Company, Inc. recognized that some children were not interested in traditional sports and did not respond to other types of youth services, but the lure of the outdoors and the chance to experience riding off-road motorcycles was exciting. So it's just
Yeah, now they do have a riding site in this area. It's in Riverdale. Okay, so
Is that just for mini bikes or?
it's for these bikes now. I'm assuming it's more than bicycles. Okay, I'm assuming these are motorbikes because Honda is the one that donated these bikes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
they appear to be.
Well, when you're looking for more information,
yeah.
see how they talk to them. Well, how was the decision made as to who to give bikes to? I mean, if you
Well,
have,
this is a program that was.
well, I mean, if you've got 40 kids that come and say, I want one of those 15 mini bikes, then how do you
No,
choose?
the mini bikes is only used as a tool for them to participate in the program. They don't get-
They don't keep the bike.
No, we don't keep the
They
bikes.
would belong to us, I guess, right? You're saying, and
Well, no, they will
No.
belong to the program. And
That's
she
what I
operates the program. All we're gonna do is
They
use
don't
it.
belong to us at all.
oh,
Right,
No.
so it's just a kind of a use basis.
Yeah, it's
But it
just,
can only be used at the track, wherever it is, and then it's like, how do you get kids there? How do you?
well, that's what parents
We
do.
need
Right.
They have to get them
Yeah, they
to.
have- they
Yeah,
have
see, this is
something.
why I say I'm in the developmental
Just-
stages. But I just found out about this, and Thornton Township pulled out of it. So.
Find out why they pulled out to begin
Yeah.
with, and then the other thing is your liability issue. What type of liability is going to be for the township? Because if we don't own the bike, but still if we're passing the information on to kids and it's going to be up to the parents, is there any liability on the township at all?
that's Joe's homework.
Well, yeah, and you know what? You're absolutely correct, so we're on the same page about that. The lady I spoke to, she's willing, she has a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
She's willing to come to the board meeting and make that
They have
PowerPoint
a nice
presentation.
little-
First,
Sorry.
I just want to assess it to see how it fit into the youth program.
Let's look at
And then-
our goals and objectives and see what
Yeah.
part of our goals.
Yeah, why don't you guys work on it as a youth committee and
I just wanted to announce it and see, we're not going to rush into this. I just want to develop it and see how it best it fits in.
Yeah.
And, but I see the school district as a
It's-
resource for referrals. I mean,
Yeah.
we just did a flyer and placed them out in the various schools through
And this
board's
can be
approval.
part, and I'll talk, we
Yeah.
have the PBIS, I'm not sure if we use that, positive behavior intervention.
Strategy. Yeah, that could work too, but let me talk with her, gather the information, and then present it for the youth committee, but,
Well,
you
yeah,
know.
because at least does say that, like, it's encourage regular school attendance, promote environmental awareness,
And
foster
make
community
recommendations.
involvement, develop safe writing skills, divert youth from
Yeah.
juvenile justice system, and
Yeah,
develop responsible citizenship.
because see, it was used, this program was used as a behavior modification tool, as part of behavior modification, but I asked her, are we just talking about troubled youth, or are we just talking about anything? He said it can be used for male, female, either or. Okay, so I said, okay, fine. In my head, I said, wow, that's an extension of the youth committee. So I just
I'm
wanted to announce
curious though
it.
as to why Thornton is no longer doing it.
Well, they did it for many years, they just didn't have,
I kind of like your feedback and, you know,
yeah, they
get some
did
of
it for
that.
many, many years, and
Why
they
they
just
don't
felt that
do
it's
it anymore.
the time that they no longer want to do it.
Are they the
But I'm
biggest
sure-
township in the
Yes,
state?
they're the biggest in,
Yeah, I'm sure.
I actually met Stanley Cusper.
Mhm.
He is the former, what, Cook County clerk? or-
Former Cook County clerk.
Right, and met him at his attorney, I sat, went and had dinner, lunch with him, and, yeah,
Well,
so,
Donna, why don't you do that? Why don't you give Mr. Zucoli a call?
he's not gonna know me from
Look,
Adam.
you're supervisor, Monee Township, you supervise Thornton Township. and I-
No, he's not supervisor, he's the attorney for Thornton Township.
Well, Joe,
What?
we give him a call.
Zuccarelli?
Luke Raleigh.
Zuccarelli used to be a supervisor for Thornton
Yeah,
Township.
he's
Is
like
he
still
an
the-
attorney now?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Stanley Cusper.
No, Zuccarelli, what's his first name? He's
But that's, you know
a
what?
vet too, right? Yeah, he's a vet.
They have lots of money.
And he's also the president of the board of trustees at South Suburban College, I think. I can't think of his first name. Zuccarelli is his last name.
They have a transportation supervisor.
Yeah, it's a huge,
The
they've got a
township.
lot of programs in Thornton
Yes.
because they've got lots of money coming in there.
They
But
lunch
okay.
rooms this size.
Let's do this. Let me gather the information, take a look at the website that Terry pulled up, and then find out why Thornton Township is no longer. She did tell me that they had did it for years and just felt that, it's time to give it up. But she's got these 15 brand new bikes from Honda. It's been sitting up for years. And she also told me that they have new helmets. So that's why I'm thinking it's more than just bicycles. And they do have a riding site in Riverdale. It's 20 lessons involved, all about safety. So I just, and it's a program that's been used on military bases also. So, it's for males and females. So I just saw it as an extension of our youth program.
Well, when you get all the information, then talk it over
Yeah.
with your youth committee, and
Yeah.
then you guys can
Meeting.
decide if it's something feasible to bring back to the board, or have that lady come and talk about it, and what costs are involved, and all the stuff that might involve the township, so.
It sounds like something that's
Okay.
really good to look at.
Yeah, we need to look at it. All right, anything else, any other comments?
Just one quick comment for me is that, don't forget, it's a reminder that the school board is having a community forum at University Park on the 22nd of May, I believe it's 6:30 in the town center. Is that address 92?
It's 90 times.
90 Town
Yeah,
Center.
90 times.
Okay, so it's the opportunity for people to come out and express concerns or anything of that nature to the school board.
What time did you say?
6:30.
They got to put
I
their,
believe it's 6:30.
they got to go to the website first.
I think, yeah, the website, you go on and you can put some questions in. I think there may be an opportunity for some open questions, but for the most part, to be safe, go on our website and you can enter some questions or whatever comments that you want on the website, and those questions will be brought to the board and we will answer those questions. Okay?
All right, is there a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Moved by Maurice, second by Terry. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Rose,
Yes.
trustee Brown,
Yes.
trustee Young,
Yes.
supervisor Leonard.
Yes, we are now adjourned.